Recently on TikTok, I've been getting a lot of like ads for these Goldie gummies. I'm getting a lot of ads for this like L-carnitine little drink you take to help with fat loss. I keep seeing a lot of products like that. Today, I kind of want to talk about scams. I want to talk about just how stupid they are and how stupid I was. I remember I've made a couple purchases in my life that I was persuaded into making by advertisements. I know I have one of those like push-up boards. Let me see if I can find it. Um, we've seen this, right? It's like you put the little grips in, you can do your push-ups on different angles and it works out. Supposedly works out different muscle groups based on what positions you put the bars in. Um, Unfortunately, it really hurts my wrists when I try and use it, so I never fucking use it. But back to those goalie gummy things. I remember I kept seeing those ads. You know the ones where it's like some middle-aged woman sitting in her driveway with two two containers of water, and she goes, "You wake up in the morning, you get a coffee and a donut. You crash at midday, so you get some snacks, and then you get and then it's fucking ridiculous." And then they put the three goalie gummies in the other one. Ashwagandha to help with weight in the midsection. They always say weight in the midsection. I remember I wanted to buy those gummies because I was like, okay, I've seen this exact ad 100 times, and you know what? Maybe let me just try it out. I have that problem. I have the problem where I want to test things out and get a first-hand experience instead of trusting or even looking like doing any further research. I'm very much just someone who sees and says, "Oh, okay, let me try it." You know, I remember I made the purchase. It's like $30 for the three canisters what they're selling on TikTok. And after I bought them, I like immediately regretted it for some reason. I was like, "Wait, why do I feel weird about this?" So I look up like, do these goalie gummies actually work? Do these supplement gummies really work? And lo and behold, every like every search that I found was like, no, you fucking idiot. These don't work. These work if like you're already eating a balanced diet and you're adding more, but like you can't like you for you specifically, it will not do shit. For like 99% of people, it won't do shit. And then I immediately refunded them. I canceled the order. But I think I think it's really interesting how many products are like that out there. I mentioned that L-carnitine stuff. I looked that up as well. It doesn't fucking work. Like they advertise it as like your body metabolizes fat over um ready accessible carbs or something. Which I don't know how a little beverage can do that. You know, now that I think about it out loud. If anyone remembers those like creatine gummies, I want to say creatine gummies. Those don't fucking work either. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of mentioning really only health and fitness products, but there's just so many scams, just like that are so easily disprovable if you just take the time to Google it. But they're so convincing just at face value that I think a lot of people will just yeah take it at face value, say, let me try these little pre and postbiotic supplements. Maybe that'll help my gut health or something. I think it's really stupid. I remember I used to get scammed a lot online. You know those pop-up ads. Um, let's just say I would go to a lot of websites that not porn websites, but we'll get there. A lot of websites that would have pirated games on them, and a lot of those websites got their money from ads, and those ads were porn game ads. And I'm a teenager in this scenario here. I'm like a 13, 14-year-old kid. I'm clicking those fucking ads. You know what I'm saying? I'm clicking the ads. And I mean, those are just scams. They're just fucking. They're never real. They're never real. It's either I found out they just steal like random people's artwork and they just make it appear like a video game when it is not a video game. It's only designed to steal your credit card. Let's just say I've had to replace a couple credit cards over the years. Pretty insane like that. But what I'm trying to say is scams are fucking they're getting more and more believable. And they're getting more and more acceptable. Because scams, when I was growing up, were exactly that. You could kind of, like, if you weren't a child and were looking at porn game ads, you could kind of figure it out. Like, put two and two together. Okay, this person calling me doesn't sound American, and they're calling from my bank telling me that I have to deposit $500 in order to unfreeze my account. That doesn't sound like something real, and you can easily figure that out. Now with the rise of AI and voice mimicking and video generation, oh my god. I mean, we what was that one guy who made that like there were the bunnies on the trampoline? I saw it, I knew it was fake because like I'm not stupid, I can tell that bunnies on trampolines aren't real. But to imagine like how that can be used to affect and to attack people, that is insane. I'm just now imagining like an elderly woman picking up the phone and it's some dude using AI to voice mimic that woman's daughter into coercing her into sending them money. That's insane. Scams are going to get ever more increasingly effective as technology improves. And I think being aware of what those scams are, what they look like, and how they will progress is very important to remain safe online. I I can't imagine like because I'll see ads and I'll see how it's completely AI generated, and I'll be like, okay, well this is just disgusting. But then I'll see like I'll see an ad completely AI generated and not realize it's AI, and I'll freak out a little bit because it's like, holy shit, why is it like this advanced? Why is it like this good already? What I'm trying to say is that scams and scammers fucking suck, and the tools that they have at the ready are only getting better. So it is our job to be diligent. It is our job to not take everything at face value so we don't get fucked. Thank you.